Hello, Aquarius. I think it's evening now for me. I'm just getting through the horoscopes, star signs, whatever you want to call it. And we are finally at Aquarius. So we're going to start the reading with the AEIOU Oracle, as we always do here. And we're going to call in some energy for you. If you want to check your rising, moon, sun, all that kind of thing, then there are other readings available, but just go with what resonates. That's what I always do, and it always seems to work out just fine. Let's see if we have anything interesting for you today. Well, there's a lot that wants to come out. Obviously, Aquarius, I hear that there's been some deep thinking, a quest of some kind. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, so this card wanted to come out. That's twice it's flipped over, so we're going to go there. So this is something heart-centered. Heart-centered. Opening the heart. Something that you might have prayed for. So let's see. This is energy leading into the... Well, there you go. First card that came out, didn't even have to shuffle. So this is the Queen of Pentacles kind of energy card. This is the Queen of Coins. This actually came out in the last reading. So there's some energy rolling over from here. This is okay. Let's see if we can. Do you know what? Do you know what I'm going to do? I am going to do a little shuffle because I feel like there is some residue on from the last reading. That's what I think. Bear with me just a second. Everything that happens in the reading is for the reading. So there could be some residue from your last timeline, from a last relationship, from something that you are wanting to close out. But this could have something to do with home. This definitely could have something to do with home. Let's have that. There we go. Right, let's have a look. See if we can get some energy in. There you go. So we have the Four of Scepters. I feel like you may have been keeping something to yourself. I feel like you may have been keeping something to yourself. And I feel like something will be coming together in Cancer season. Or something came together in Cancer season, should I say. Talking in the future in past tense and getting confused with time. So maybe something that you could have been working on during Cancer season. I definitely think this has something to do with your emotional well-being, though. Emotional well-being, maybe even your attachment to home. Ooh. Knocking my cards off. Okay, so we've got the Eight of Hearts and we've got the Three of Coins. I'm getting there could have been a want, or there could have been an opportunity to work as a group on something in Cancer season, maybe. I could actually take from that. You could have not noticed that there could have been an opportunity to work as a group on something. Bear with me just a second. So the Eight of Hearts is here, and the story of Jason and his Technicolor Dreamcoat. Do you know the story of Jason and his Technicolor Dreamcoat? All his brothers were very jealous of his new coat, and they betrayed him. Do you know that? Let me just dig into this a little deeper. There's a lot that wants to come out. I'm just going to delve into that card a little bit because I feel like they're not letting me leave it. So there's something that I haven't said that they want me to say. Bear with me just 1 second. Okay. Okay. So, you know that I said that there may have been an opportunity to work as a group, but you missed it. This may have given you a feeling of abandonment. Mm. Okay. Okay. So, the Eight of Hearts is speaking to this maybe disappointing situation with working with other people. And the thing that I wasn't saying from this is that you might not have dealt with this yet. And that's the reason why they don't want me to leave it, is because there could be an element of almost like hiding from the pain that it caused, this situation of not working with the group. Okay, so Page of Hearts. This is about communication. This is about a message. This is definitely the theme for this Leo season is love and stability. Every single reading has had loads of love and stability. There you go, another love card. Right, why are all my cards all round the wrong way and upside down here? Okay, so I feel like there's been a misinterpretation, okay, of a situation. There's been a misinterpretation, and I feel like it's got something to do with this Page of Hearts. So I'm just going to have a look at this because these cards go up in a storyline. So the Page of Hearts actually turns into the Knight of Hearts, and that's why I'm stopping to have a look at what that means. Right, okay, so the misinterpretation that has happened could have been jumping to conclusions, that you missed an opportunity. Something could have been acted on without reason or logic, overly emotional. Okay. Curiosity, creative opportunities. Okay, so there could be a surprise. Be open to receiving. Okay. Okay. So what I'm getting from those three cards, it's the reason why I'm consulting the book is because there's conflicting information here. Something could have seemed like a missed opportunity to work as a group, to collaborate, right? But I feel like this has been some sort of misunderstanding, something that may have been concluded by a past fear, let's say, okay? But the cards are asking for more curiosity in this endeavor, whatever this is for you. I do apologize, it's taking a little while to get going. It's sometimes it's like that on readings, just takes a little while to get into the energy. So I do apologize if you are hanging on the edge of your seat, waiting to see what happens. Let's get into it. So if you haven't done already, please like, subscribe, comment, all that wonderful stuff. This is free content and it does massively help me to grow the channel, obviously, because that's an intention of mine. And because the content is free, it's a great energy exchange. And it also massively helps me to give you a clearer reading, because the more that you interact, the more that I can feel your energy and, you know, actually give you messages that you can resonate with. That is my aim. So the 10 of Hearts is here. So there could have felt like an emotional upheaval. This could have even felt like a betrayal. So we've got the King of Wisdom in the reverse. I'm getting like Hierophant. Something sacred was broken. A bond was broken. And then we've got more hearts again. Two of Hearts in the reverse. What am I getting from that Wisdom King? This could have been a very deep bond that was broken, that ended. A very deep bond. Queen of Scepters. I'm finding it hard to piece this storyline together. And I feel like this is the energy of how you've been feeling. Hard to piece together the different aspects of what's been going on for you. Let me just get into this. let me just have a look at this Queen of Scepters. Okay. We're finally in. I'm finally understanding what they're trying to communicate. Sometimes it doesn't come easy. This energy feels thick. It feels really thick, and it feels gooey and foggy, and like I'm really having to snake my way through it. This isn't obvious energy. This isn't something that I could go, oh yeah, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this. It doesn't feel like that whatsoever. It doesn't feel like it's obvious. And this could be the reason why you feel like you've missed on opportunities to collaborate, because this feels murky. It doesn't feel obvious. Like there's loads of stable energy here, and there's loads of heart energy here, love energy, right? But there's this, the main focus is that your happiness, your happily ever after, isn't necessarily going to be the way it looks for everybody else. Okay, so there's one thing I know about Aquarius, is the energy isn't usual. Aquarius tend to like things against the grain. They're big thinkers. They're quite detached from things that normal people are very inclined to be attached to, like ideologies and like romanticized ideas and all that kind of thing. Like Aquarius energy for me is almost like a detachment. And we've got the Queen of Scepters here. And the reason why I was getting stuck on her was because I was thinking of Aphrodite and thinking of you almost being in a place where you're like worried about what your life looks like to other people, right? That's what was sort of coming to my mind, and I was getting stuck. So I wanted to check. And it's with these two cards together in the storyline, you're not traditional, you're not usual, and this is asking you to be bold and firm in your decisions moving forward. But this isn't like everybody look at me. This is, I'm getting on with my life and I'm doing the things that I need to do. Maybe it's not traditional, maybe it's not the way that it looks to everybody else, but this is good for me. And it's not like you're doing it in a showy way. It's not like you're showing off or anything like that. It literally is, you're just going to have to be bolder with who you are as an individual and the things that you want. Because I was reading the opportunity for you to collaborate with other people, right? And I feel like it's not you that's necessarily missed the opportunity, it's somebody else, because they haven't seen you in this living the way that you want to live. They haven't seen you in your fullest capacity, because there may be feelings of, you know, I feel like there's something about getting wrapped up in your emotions, and this Cancer energy at the top, I feel like this is holding something in, hiding something in. And you've got this conflicting energy over here as well, with the Two of Hearts in the reverse and the Page of Hearts. So the Page of Hearts is all about curiosity and a message coming in. And then there's this Two of Hearts energy, which is almost like blocking it. So there's this I feel like you're not aware of something. That's what I'm getting. You're not aware of something. And I feel like it could be something along the lines of like how lovable you are, like because you're so detached and you're always sort of like getting on with your own stuff and leading your own life. I think maybe you forget that, there is more opportunities to collaborate. Let's have a look and see what comes through with the actual reading, even though we are 20 minutes in already. Okay, this is that separation that I was talking about. This could feel like, a low kind of energy. The sun's here to heal it. Straight away, the sun is shining. No more dark nights sitting on your own. And this is that inner child energy again. Yeah, I feel like you've missed something. Yeah, there you go. The 6 of Cups. An opportunity to reconcile, a soulmate. I'm getting like 4 of Wands sideways. So this is this is your happy ever after. This is the 1111 portal. This is the finish line. This is the wedding, like the happily ever after kind of energy. But this is stability. This is stability that's trying to come in. And it's trying to come in through this 6 of Cups. It's sideways. It's trying to come in through this 6 of Cups. I feel like this is the thing that you may have missed. Knight of Wands. There's some fast moving thoughts that aren't being your best friends. Okay. I always just pick up cruelty from the Knight of Swords in the reverse. This is someone, this could be part of your psyche, the Empress. I think there is what am I getting from that? Charging past something. It's almost like they're showing me a picture, right? Or like a film of someone in a panic, like trying to find their car keys, and they're like running around the house trying to find the car keys, like shouting at everyone and going mad and like, where the fuck is it? I can't find it. And it's like the Empress is the car keys. And the Knight of Swords in the reverse is you like getting in a bad mood, shouting at everyone, like thinking the worst has happened, that you've, lost Empress mode, whether you're male or female, thinking that you're going to be late. And it's just like everything turns to shit because of this one thought that you have lost the Empress, or that you can't attain the Empress, or that somehow it's gone away from you. I know that sounds really bizarre, but that's the only way that I can. It's like you're getting bitter and twisted because you feel like you're not the Empress when really you actually are. Page of Cups. This is not accepting like compliments, not accepting who you are. That's what I'm getting. Not accepting who you are, not accepting compliments. Queen of Pentacles. So this is two lots of Queen of Pentacles out here. You have the ability to be very, very stable. This is a quiet kind of abundance. This isn't somebody like screaming from the rooftops, you know, like, oh, look at me, I've got loads of money and I'm really well off, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. That's not the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is like my mummy card. Whether this is male or female, you're very nurturing, and that is how you gain your abundance. Like you may have loads of house plants that grow really well, or your garden looks fantastic, or your house is always well kept, or everyone in your family is always really well fed. You know, like that's the kind of energy you cultivate at home. There's 8 of Cups sitting here though, and it's, I mean, like, let's read into this a little bit more. Tell me what the 8 of Cups is about. This is you leaving something, walking away from something. Right, so I had a few cards that wanted to flip over, but I'm not going to take any of those because they didn't come out of the deck. We'll try that again. Can I have a nice clear message, please? What are we walking away from? I feel like this happened over the Leo new moon. That's what I'm getting from that card. So what are we walking away from? We're walking away from doing stuff on our own. We're walking away from doing stuff on our own. There could have been some illusion. There could have been some lies. There could have been some deception. And I feel like maybe this is a storyline that you may have deceived yourself with. This level of detachment that you feel, I feel like you've almost like kidded yourself into thinking that you have to do everything on your own. And that certainly is not the case. Queen of Cups now. A lot of feminine energy out here. This talks of someone who is very loving, very giving, very nurturing. You've got Queen of Pentacles out twice, Queen of Cups. You've got the Empress. You've got the Sun. You've got the 9 of Pentacles. You are so good in yourself. So good in yourself. That's what I'm getting from that. Very much in your feminine energy, whether you're male or female, and you're healing Healing, healing, healing. Over something that you didn't have I feel like you have been through the ringer a lot. And there hasn't been the vulnerability previously. There's something in regards to like collaborating with people, and it's like I don't think that someone has seen you in your Empress mode. That's what it is. People haven't seen you in your Empress mode. Ace of Wands, but there is a new opportunity here. Big opportunity. So both this, I mean, like, obviously you can see the phallic nature of this card. This is passion. This is like, I'm just go, you know, like power and virility. And it's coming alongside, not being rude at all, coming alongside this Four of Wands. King of Swords now. The plan, strategy, the Emperor in reverse. So we do have a divine pair out here, but the Emperor is in reverse. So I think that there has been, with all this feminine energy, all this healing energy, all this heart-centered energy, I feel like there is a need to step into action. Step into a plan. What's going to turn this Emperor upside down? What's going to turn this Emperor upside down? How do we turn this Emperor upside down? What's going to turn this Emperor upside down? What's going to turn this Emperor upside down? Thinking about it. What's going to turn this Emperor upside down? Hold on, I think we're getting there. What's going to turn this Emperor upside down? There we go. The Tower. There we go. The Tower and collaboration. That's how this is going to move forward. The Tower and collaboration. There you go. So you're going to be able to turn into the Emperor from not missing out on these opportunities to collaborate, working with others, not being so detached, letting people in. Ace of Cups, and that's how you get your emotional fulfillment. Wow, Aquarius. It's going to be much more fulfilling for you to let people in. It's weird. Every reading so far has been very centered around the traits of the actual star signs for the Leo new moon. It's really interesting. Really interesting. So there's going to be an overflowing cup. So much more fulfillment, enjoyment. So where there hasn't been a decision made, maybe you have felt unable to make a decision. I feel like there very much is a change in the wind in regards to your thought processes. And I feel like you're going to know the difference between who to work with and who to let go. And I think that's been a really strong storyline for you, because this Seven of Swords right in the middle of the reading, there could have been some deception. There could have been, you know, maybe in the past, people who weren't the correct people to work with, to collaborate with. There could have been a betrayal. Yeah. But could it also have been your mind? So with the Aquarius energy, the emotional body of the Aquarius is detached. That's why it's the water in the vessel. And the Aquarius energy is air, thoughts. Yeah. So there's loads and loads of swords everywhere. Swords are featuring very heavily in this reading, especially down the center. But it's how those thoughts are influencing our emotional body and how our emotional body is influencing our thoughts. And if those two things are too detached, then they can create a separation within you and the people that you're spending your time with or not spending your time with. So I feel like there's definitely something in that in regards to seeing yourself more clearly and letting others see you more clearly. I hope this reading has been helpful. It has been a little difficult to get out, a little slow to start, but we got there in the end. So if you haven't done already, please like, share, subscribe, comment. I love to hear how the readings resonate with you, and any feedback is greatly appreciated. And I am trying to grow the channel. So with the content being free, if you want to give an energy exchange of a like and a subscribe, all that kind of stuff massively helps the channel to grow. And it does actually help me to lock into your energy and give you a clearer reading. But I'm going to show you this. This is the Be Devoted and Committed. So that's great energy to this reading. I'm just going to get another one for you. I feel like you're asking me where I'm from. It's from the UK. Let's have a look. Okay, so the year of the snake, shed old skin. Yeah, so that's very apt for this year. And then we've got seer, see beyond the current situation. So something definitely felt like you had been left out in the cold or abandoned, and that wasn't what happened. So if you can take a deeper look at the situation and see it differently, then that will be helpful. This is just a general reading, Sweet Pea. So if you want a personal, you need to book me for a personal reading. These ones are just for general. Yeah, I do personals. You can find all the details in the description box on my profile. And I just want to say thank you so much for spending some time with me on this reading. I do appreciate you being here. And if you want to watch your sun, moon, rising, all that kind of stuff, there are the other horoscopes to have a look through. And I hope to read for you again really soon. Take care.